So I'm James, this is John right here.
Right.
We're gonna talk to you a little bit about well, I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna ask you guys, you're the important people here. How do you know what time it is?
Come by your watches.
Do you have a watch on, Andrew?
A phone. Phone?
Yes. Do you have a phone, Marshall?
Yeah.
You have a phone in your pocket now?
No, at home.
At home. Well, you don't have a watch on, you have a phone. John doesn't have a watch on. How do you know what time it is, John? He's like you. He uses his phone. Yeah. I have a wristwatch. So this one keeps me, tells me what time it is too. I love this wristwatch because at night I take it off, and if I wake up at night, I can push it and the light comes on. I can see what time, because it glows at night too.
No,
Okay. So when this house was built over 100 years ago, how did they know what time it is? They didn't have any electricity,
they had clocks.
and they didn't have batteries.
They had
But,
clocks.
Marshall, what did they have? Clocks, just like these clocks did. And so, but what if you were a farmer out in the field working, and there's no electricity out in the working field, and they didn't have this up? How would they kind of know what time it was?
Oh,
But they didn't have a clock. Andrew, what do you think?
sun.
Yes, thank you, sir. Kind of look up towards there, and they could see it they saw it almost all the time, so they could get really close. If you were outside, could you tell if it was 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock? By the sun?
Yeah.
It'd be hard to do. But if you're out there every day and you see it, you probably get really good at it. But in this house, and houses all around Goldendale at this time, they had clocks. And I brought these two clocks because they kind of run differently. They have a different way of running. I'm going to start over here with Andrew and show you this little clock over here. This little clock, first of all, what's this part of the clock called? The face. It's called a face. And every clock has a face, and every clock has, what do we call these?
Tickers.
Almost.
Arms.
Oh, she's closest. I should give her a prize. Hands. These are called the hands. So clocks have a face and they have hands, and they turn and tell the time. Inside of this little clock is a spring, a metal spring. What's a metal spring? Can we all have heard of a spring before? What is a metal spring? It's a long, thin piece of metal, and then they wrap it up, wind it up really tight into a little ball. What does that metal want to do?
Curl up.
It's curled up right now, but what does it want to do now?
Get straightened out.
It wants to straighten out, thank you. It wants to come out. So they put that inside of a clock, and that pushing out is what makes the clock turn. It keeps the time. I'm going to... No, they're broken. But they're nice though. Right over here, it's been wound up. One of the guys who came here earlier, they used a key, it's called a key, and they wound it up. So you can see I'm winding the spring up, making the spring tight. And this is what makes the clock run. This one runs for a day. I'm going to show you what happens when...
Wait, you can take this off?
Yeah, this just lives right down here. And then when time to wind the clock, here it is. And then I just put it right
But
back.
what'd you put it on?
Oh, I put it on this, see this little square metal right here?
Yeah.
It fits right on there. And then I can turn it.
Okay.
Okay, let me let the spring out first, and I'll let you turn it, Marshall. Hold on. I'm going to take it down. So I'm going to let the spring go. This clock says, I want to go. I just want to be by myself. I want to go. So this is what the clock does. You can come close, Camille. Come on. Stand behind, right here by Arthur. You guys let Camille see. So the spring inside there, that piece of metal inside there, is trying to push out, trying to get free. But we're not going to let it get free easy. We're going to make it come out slowly, and then that way we can make the hands go slowly, and we can tell the time.
Hey, it was going.
Yeah, see? Now the hands These little hands go right on here. I'm going to put this hand on, and you're going to watch it turn. I'm going to move this down a little bit. See, you're not supposed to turn that fast, is it? That's going really fast. So they put this part on, the clock, which only lets the spring come loose slowly.
What is it supposed to do?
Get it on, let me show you. Get it on, it's kind of hard.
Oh, you lock it on?
You lock it on, put a little part that keeps it on. Oops, I didn't get it on correctly. There. Now I'm going to let this, when I move this, it lets the spring out slowly. It's only letting out a little bit.
This one's even.
Good, thank you. Yeah, it should be. That's its job. This one I need to adjust because we've been playing with it a lot, so it's kind of not working like it should. But we can get it working better. But anyway, that's how this clock runs by the springs. And there's a spring on this side. Did you hear the bell going?
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding. That's because there's another spring. There's actually two springs, one here and one there. The other spring runs the bell. So at 1 o'clock, it's going to be, at 1 o'clock, the bell rings one time. Ding. And at 12 o'clock at night or 12 o'clock at lunchtime, it's going to ring how many times?
Twice.
12 times.
What the?
For each hour, it rings 1, 2. So at 2 o'clock, it's going to ring 2 times. At 3 o'clock, it's going to ring 3 times. 4 o'clock. So you could be in the other room over there reading or watching TV or something, and you hear the bell go ding, ding, ding. What time is it? 3 times. It rings at 3 o'clock. Yeah. So you don't have to look at it. You can just hear it. You can hear it that way too. This one over here. Oh, you want to wind it. Okay, sorry, forgot. You can wind this side for the chime. Okay, that's good. That'll be the chime. It's just ready to run. And it's getting too close to the hour.
Oh yeah, that's like something.
It'll bring it just a little bit better. I'm going to go over here to this other clock. Now, remember, they didn't have electricity. They didn't have any batteries, no batteries. This clock doesn't have springs in it, does not have springs. This clock has a weight. Go ahead, Art. Here. Okay, be careful. Oh my gosh. Heavy? Okay, go ahead.
Not heavy for me.
Be careful. Not heavy for you? Oh, that's why you have to be careful. Don't drop it on your toes. Be careful. 2 hands.
That would be nice.
You'd have to go to the hospital probably. Andrew, go ahead, try it. So that weight, I took it out of here. There's actually 2 of them.
Hey, it's not going.
It's made of heavy metal, and it goes in this side. It goes right inside this. It travels up and down here. See the one over here? You can see a weight right there. And this weight is slowly pulling down, and it's turning the same kind of wheel. And this clock has its hands on still. Here's the face of this clock.
Oh.
That's the face. Do
Oh,
do you
that's
guys
the heavy brick. That's right there.
Yeah, that's the heavy metal. It's right there. And this one runs the sound. I took it out because I wanted to show you guys. And this one's running the clock now, telling it to keep time. And do you guys know your Roman numerals? You know your Roman numbers?
Yeah. 2 minutes, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes, 8 minutes, 9 minutes, 10 minutes, 11 minutes, 12.
All right, excellent. Yeah, these are called Roman numerals because this is how the Romans. Do you guys know the Romans?
We have one of those, but it's broken.
Okay, the Romans had a lot of science and they did a lot of thinking and they borrowed a lot of things, but this is the numbers they used. This little clock over here, this little wristwatch has the numbers we are most familiar with, right? This is Arabic numbers, and so we're familiar with those. So this will do the same thing. I'm going to take this one off and let you see how it works. It's pretty much the same, except you don't need a spring. You just need gravity. You just need a big weight to pull it down. So I'm going to slip this off and let you see how it runs. Oops, I got to get myself out of the way. I'm going to take this hand off. You see the weight coming down?
Yeah. I want to see it go all the way down.
You want to see it go all the way down?
Yeah.
That takes quite a while. This clock runs for 1 week. And that little one over there, the other one I first showed you, it only runs for a day.
Hey, it's not ticking. It's not going to do it.
I know, because we've been playing with it too much, and it needs to have somebody, needs to go to the repair shop, it needs to go to the doctor. I need to get this back on.
Doctor?
Clock doctor.
Repair shop.
Okay, and then
Yeah,
put
it
this back.
fixes clocks. I don't play and stuff. We need to go there and fix our clock.
But this one, same kind of thing, takes time and it runs for 1 week. Now, you guys were asking about pocket watch. These are called a pocket watch, and you kept them in your pocket.
In the movie, I saw you just press this.
You can press this, yes,
What
sometimes.
does it do?
Well, this is how you change the time, and this is how you wind it up. I don't know why this clock is broken, so I don't think it's
The other
working.
one broken?
I think they're probably all broken. You see the glass on it is broken?
Yeah.
Somebody must have dropped it. See, Ashley, right behind you? Somebody
Why
must
don't you
have
get
dropped
some new glass?
Well, it's not my watch. It belongs to the museum, and I need to take it to somebody and get it fixed, shouldn't I? It'd be nice. This one too. This is the only one that's not broken, and it's an older watch too. What do you think this was for? This leather
For your hand to hold.
for your hand,
Wrist.
for you hang it on your wrist.
Uh-huh.
That's kind of good. I didn't ever think of that. That's a good
And
idea.
then you just grab it and then you go like
Look
this.
at, but if you're walking around, what if it went bang, hit something? It might be broken.
You keep it in your pocket.
You
so
keep
you
it in your pocket, and what do you think this is for?
To put on your pocket.
Put on your belt, probably, so that when you take it out, you don't accidentally drop it.
it.
It's hooked on already, because these were expensive. If somebody had one of these, you were a rich guy. It's like having
But what if it hits something while you're walking?
in your pocket? That could be, Marshall, could be. That's what all of these have, this loop on the top, so you can put it on a chain or something, you keep it in your pocket, and then when you take it out to see what time it is, you don't drop it and it doesn't break.
I would put it on my keychains.
Your keychain.
Now I get it. You hook it up to you and then you put it in your pocket.
You hook it up and then you put it in your pocket, so when you take it out, it's got a hook to you, and oh, I know what time it is, and somebody bumps, oh, drop, it doesn't fall on the ground, it just goes dropped right here, and then, oh, my watch is safe, not broken. Important. You guys can look at these. Look at them. They're old, they're broken. And you can look at any of these books. I brought these books today to show you that this is how in the old days people used to, many companies would come and sell clocks and stuff to like Goldendale or Portland or the Dalles. They would come and sell clocks. This is a clock company, and you could say, oh, I want to buy this one here, and then they would ship it to you. They would send it to your town or send it to your home. So this is a bunch of many old clocks. I picked this one because this clock is the same as this clock. Not the same picture, but the same kind of, it's an 8-day weight strike. So this is the weights they're talking about. And it runs for 8 days before you have to wind it again.
That is rough.
Yeah, they don't spend a lot of time. You don't see that part. It's always in there, so you don't want to make it fancy. You don't want to make it pretty because nobody sees it, right? Who has a question for me? Lainey, any question? You sure? Do you have a clock at your house? Where?
It's in my room.
In your room? And is it plugged in the wall, electric? Yeah, good. Anybody else? Andrew, you guys? Clock? Electric on the wall? Yeah? Arthur, yours too? Same? They didn't have electric in those days, so no electricity when this house was built. It's got electricity now. See the building, the lights are on it right above Caden there, those lights. But when they first built the house, no electricity here. Nobody else? Camille, any question? All right. Well, you guys take your time and look through any of the rooms you want to look through, okay? And ask any questions you want. Yes. Okay, yes, of course. Sure, you can look through, no problem. Just turn the pages where you want. You start at the front and go. However you want. So, please feel free to look at any of the rooms. And take your time to explore. Ask some questions. Okay? Have you guys been here before? Do you know every room? All right, well, you take your time, explore whatever you want. Go upstairs. There's another little stairs.